Hi students, in this video I wanted to show you how I like to drill my forms, especially when getting ready for a competition. This method I like to use just really helps to tighten up all the details and the stances and make sure that the form is looking really sharp. First off, you have to pick the right form. So if you are not preparing for a competition and this is just to maybe practice your highest form or one of the forms that's a little weaker for you want to work on, then of course pick that form. If you're getting ready for a tournament, make sure you pick a form that you know you're strong at, that you enjoy, and that highlights things that you're good at. If you're really good at low stances, you want to pick a form with a lot of low stances. If you've got really sharp kicks, you want to pick a form that has more kicks. So keep that in mind when you're picking which form you're going to work on. First part is to pick a section of the form. So pick about 4 to 6 moves, maybe a few more depending on how long the moves are and depending on how many stances are included with the moves. What you're going to do is start out with that first chunk and you're going to drill it very slowly as you're warming your body up, and you're doing it slowly to also really work on the technique and make sure you're getting it just right. For this video, I'm going to pick the first few moves of Sipsu, which is a form to test for black belt. So what I'm going to start with here is my Tumbi position, which Sipsu has a little bit of a different starting point here. Okay. All right, so from this position, what I'm going to start with are really slow moves, making sure that I'm correcting my stances and my technique as I go. So the pace is going to be right about like this, nice and slow, and then I'm going to pause after each move and just check, make sure my stances look like they're supposed to, make sure my hands are in the right place, okay? Make sure I look sharp before I turn directions, just like that, okay? So I'm going to do that slow over and over again, and that was only about 4 moves right there, but that's what I'm going to do with each section of the form. So I'm going to start with the first 4 or so, then move on to the next set, then move on to the next set, but nice and slow. The next part of the drill is to go through those sections again, but now this time go through it full speed, full power. So with this particular form, the first couple of steps are actually slow dynamic tension, and then it gets faster. You'll see the pace change from there. So again, I'm going to start in my position here. And then I go back and I do it again. I repeat it like that over and over in chunks first. Okay. The last part of this practice method for forms is to go through the entire form from start to finish, full speed, full power, 2 to 3 times. I also highly recommend that you videotape yourself doing the form when you do it full speed, full power, so that you can go back and look and see the sections that need work, because then you can use that when you're doing the slower practice and the breaking down of the form, practicing it in chunks. All right, that's a wrap. Enjoy training those forms at home, and we'll see you on the mat soon.